CSLDallas, located in the heart of Texas and heard around the world. Together, we are building a spiritual community where we can be our most authentic self. We invite you to go deeper into spirituality and apply universal principles as we are transforming the world one life at a time. And today, on our special online celebration, we are going beyond belief as Rev Marquita explains the threshold of proof. So we're grateful that you're here to be able to join us online. So let's get it started by some of our favorite music with the CSLDallas music team and band.
CSLDallas. I am Darlene Franklin, your platform assistant for today. And as always, we are here and having a good time. So let us start with our purpose statement together. We are radically inclusive, spiritually progressive, transforming lives, and so it is. Are you looking to connect in an authentic way with other young adults in our community? If so, we're excited to share that our new Young Adult Circle begins next Sunday, the 1st at 1 p.m. in our brand new Dream Space Teen Room. It is led by Rev Marquita and others. This circle offers a supportive, interactive space, a true spiritual laboratory where you can build meaningful connections and explore how to apply the science of mind to this stage of your life. The Young Adult Circle will meet in person every Sunday here on our campus. Be sure to visit our website to learn more and feel free to invite a friend to join you. If you're looking to keep your fire lit, then Dr. Tracy Brown's upcoming all-day workshop is the place to be. The treatment lab is a full-day immersion in spiritual mind treatment for experienced students of science of mind. It is where concepts become craft and words become living instruments of consciousness. Through guided spiritual work, solo and partnered practice, and focused feedback, you will move beyond knowing the steps of spiritual mind treatment into mastering presence, precision, and power. The day is structured as a spiritual laboratory, part deep inner work and part discipline skill building. You will dive into an experiential environment designed for experimentation, expansion, and embodiment. Now, let us settle into this morning with our music team and invocation from spiritual coach Carol Merlo.
This morning by closing your eyes and going within. What I know to be true is that divine intelligence, the intelligence that creates all of the manifest world, everything that is, everything that was, everything that will be, is here and now. It is, and because it is, I am. That divine intelligence is love. Every aspect of love that you can think of, whether it's interpersonal love, love for a pet, love of being in nature, love of the idea, love of being alive. That love is the divine intelligence. That love is the I. I am that I am. This is the only spiritual truth. The only spiritual truth. Nothing other than that exists. And so this morning, breathe in that truth, recognizing that you are that. You are that I am, that I am. Feel into it, feel into the feeling and the knowing, recognizing that everywhere you go, everywhere you are, everywhere you will ever be, you are that, and it is always with you. That love is always with you. And so knowing that this is true and real right now, let's affirm that together by saying, and so it is.
Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Karen Campbell. I'm joining you from New York. I am one of the newest practitioners there at the Center for Spiritual Living, Dallas. I'm also a team member on the online community engagement team. This team includes Daniel Jackson, Bobby Smith, and Peggy Roberts. I am so honored to be here. I'd like to take a moment to invite you into the next 64 days of contemplating a word for the day that brings you to center, that allows you to participate in a way that makes you feel comfortable. Whether you're there at the center or you're online, you'll be able to participate. You will be able to participate because there's going to be a QR code. You're going to aim your smart device at it. You're going to capture that link, press into it, fill out a form, and you'll have access to each day of the 64 days of peace and nonviolence. You'll also get communication about a Zoom link, which will allow you to join us for the 64 days of nonviolence to contemplate on a word. And in so, I want to remind you that that word becomes your beingness. That word becomes a word that you share with your family, your friends, the community, the world. And so in that reflection and contemplation, you become the change you want to see in the world. And I just want to say thank you. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for participating. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for caring. And now back to Jim, who will discuss the rest of the program with you.
Welcome to the 64-day Season for Peace and Nonviolence. My name is Jim Barong. I'm a licensed spiritual coach practitioner at CSLDallas, That's the Science of Mind community in Dallas, Texas. And I'm very excited and very happy to be one of your 7 hosts for the 64-day program. As you may know, the season was launched by the United Nations in 1998. It commemorates the anniversary assassinations of Mahatma Gandhi on January 30th and that of Dr. Martin Luther King on April 4th. The program can be taken up as a spiritual practice. It takes probably about 5 minutes a day, plus or minus. So it's easy to add to a practice, or if you want to start a new practice, it's an easy and nice way to start that. The program is designed to help you come from a greater sense of peace in your day. And the more peace we bring forward, the greater nonviolent community world we live in. So that's what you can expect by the end of this program. The basic practice is 1 word a day, and with that word will come a contemplative question or an action or maybe both. By example, the first day the word is courage. There's a question with it, which is, in what way can you practice courage in your life today? On day 2, the word is smiling, and you can't help but smile just by saying that. And the word is with that, or the question with that is, or action with that is, share a smile with someone, knowing that your smile contributes to peace. Smiles are contagious, even saying it's contagious. And on day 3, the word is appreciation. The action for this word is praise yourself as much as you can, because the love in our lives begins with us, and loving yourself will help this planet. And then write down 10 things you appreciate about yourself. Every Sunday during the program, starting February 1st, starting at 7:30 Eastern Time, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 6:30 p.m. Central Time, we'll have a Zoom room. That'll be a place where you can share your experiences through the week, and even the first Sunday, just questions about the program, as well as hear what others have to say. And our community runs across this planet. And of course, in addition to that, you'll be working with or carrying out the program with people across the planet. So I hope you'll come and share in the Zoom room. I think it's going to be exciting and interesting to hear what everybody has to say. And that'll run from, say, 30 to 45 minutes, just depending on how the discussions go. Based on experience of other people through the program of 27 years it's been around, people have really expressed their experience of having more peace in their lives. And where that comes from is these are reminders to stop. Stop in that moment of something that's irritating, something can happen, at work, in the family, or yourself, something you read, driving, at the grocery store, whatever it is. And take that moment, pause, and when your reaction might be on the, let's say, more violent side, and violent just being maybe angry or whatever around that, is that we take that moment to think, where can I actually come from on this? It's a more peaceful place to come from. And that's what it's all about, because the more peace we experience, the peace we express, the center for peace we are, the more nonviolent of community, space around us, the world becomes, especially in our lives, because what happens in our lives, we radiate, and it impacts everyone we contact in business, at school, wherever we are. And so it's very important to do this, and it's how it starts and how it works. It's very grassroots. So I'm looking forward to seeing you in a Zoom room, sharing your ideas, hearing your ideas, and hearing what you have to say. So hopefully you'll join us. It's going to be an exciting program. You'll make it exciting. Thank you.
If you believe within your heart, you'll know that no one can change the path you must go. Believe what you feel and know you're right, because the time will come around when you'll say it's yours. Believe there's a reason to be. Believe you can make time stand still. You know that you can if you believe. Then you can believe in yourself right from the start. You'll have the mind.
Hey everyone. So, here we are, thanks to our wonderful Texas weather. So, in order to make sure that we're safe, we chose to be online today. So, we're online together today to make sure that everyone is in their perfect place, being safe and protected, of course. So, with that, we're online with some great music and then, of course, the message, all the things that we normally have for a service. And we get to feel into the vibration of we are still here as a community. We're together as a community right now. So, with that, let's get started. So, as you know, we are, as it's shown, right? Today's topic is Beyond Belief, the threshold of proof. And as you know, we're in this life laboratory rooted in spirit. So, here's the deal. First off, we have to go beyond belief in order to live the life that we want to live. In order to live a principle lived life, we have to go beyond the beef. There has to be more of an embodiment. So let's talk about that for a moment. Ernest Holmes, the founder of our movement, does not say we have to believe more. That wasn't the essential message. The essential message is we need to use what we believe. Meaning, because the life works in a certain way, meaning that which we put into the law, this universal law, is the result that we'll get out. It's about understanding how the nature of reality is, how the universe functions, and then functioning within that to produce the results we want to see in our lives. It's great that we have belief, but belief is like the beginning of it's an understanding, and so there's belief. But the question is, what do you do with the belief? Are you actually moving into alignment with the spiritual laws and the spiritual principles, or do you just have a belief? Now, I say that because of this. For example, I have a belief that processed sugar doesn't work well in my body. And I have that belief, but the question to me is, are you willing to really live this, Marquita, so that that is something that you don't put in your body? Now, I definitely have the belief, and I work with actually putting it into action and actually being there. But sooner or later, if it was really 100% commitment, 100% devotion to, really taking care of the body at the level that I believe, I would not be putting processed sugar into my body. I can't tell you I'm there yet. Working on it, all right? So it's more than belief. We have to go beyond belief in order to live the life that we say we are capable of living. And we are potential wholeness, potential joy, potential peace, more than what we are doing right now, right? This is about awakening to a larger, greater life. And here at CSLDallas, that's what we're about. So let's continue on here. So instead of thinking, I believe this, and subconsciously going, yeah, but I'm not ready there yet, we're going to move this year by experimenting with what life has to offer through our spiritual practices, experimenting with the spiritual principles. That's why we're in this life laboratory rooted in spirit. So let's get started. Our first, beyond belief, is an experiment, okay? We are not here to just have the concept of going beyond belief. We're here to actually move into that. And to move into that, we get to experiment. We get to play with this laboratory based on our spiritual practices, based on spiritual principles, and then see what happens. We're here to not do what we already know and get the same results, or not do what we already know and just shift ever so slightly and expect this major difference in outcome. No, we're going to play with some things, and we're going to observe. We're here to observe and see what life brings us. Hopefully you're up for that. All right. So here's something that I have noticed. As we choose to shift and work more in our spiritual practices, our life will shift. When I was playing with this, when I was first in Science of Mind, center, and it's my first Science of Mind center, I wanted to work with these spiritual things that they talked about, these spiritual principles, because I didn't know that. So I was already a meditator, and so I thought, all right, I'm going to add a little bit more time onto my meditation time, and I'll see what happens. One of the things, and people do this often, if you're new to this philosophy, we suggest you do some things that I'm going to suggest, but it's about playing with the spiritual practices and then observing what happens. Here's what I observed. I started meditating longer, and I just noticed I was less reactive to the traffic. Someone would cut me off, and instead of getting upset, I go, interesting, because that's my word, interesting. I did notice I started to sleep better. I just noticed I wasn't as reactive. Now, I have lots and lots of scenarios, but we won't go there today. But because the point is, what are you doing? What are we doing collectively, even as a group, as far as working beyond just believing something? All right. So here, I want to suggest some things. We're in this experiment. Try some of this. So pick one practice for 7 days, one of the spiritual practices or what have you. You can make a gratitude list. You can do what I did, go 5 minutes longer in your meditation time, in your spiritual time, writing affirmations, journaling, or blessing people silently. I love that one. When you bless people silently, sometimes when you're doing that, the person's in front of you, and you'll all of a sudden see them kind of look to the side or whatever because you're blessing them. Because remember, all things are energy, right? And so we can love people even though they don't know who we are, and watch and see what happens. Just observe. Just play with that for a bit. Treat it, again, like you're in the laboratory, as we've chosen to be spiritual scientists for the year, if you will. You're in this laboratory. So go ahead, you'll write down before, and then you'll practice something, you'll do something, and write down after. Note any mood changes you have, any your reactivity or lessen reactivity, more clarity, more kindness, but go ahead and write it down so that you can prove to yourself something is shifting. And at the end of the day, ask, what changed in me today? What changed in me today because of the practice? Okay? All right, so let's look at this other piece here. Mature faith. We aren't here just to start our spirituality and stay stagnant. I would assume that the reason we come to the center is for not only connection, community, but for spiritual growth. This is where we're headed, to evolve more and more into the truth of our nature and why we're here on the planet. So, here's what happens. If we are waiting, notice the word waiting, if we're waiting for proof, well, what's underneath that? Is it possible that because of some trauma that you went to before, because of some pain or hurt that you went through before, you're waiting for some proof to change and to happen, instead of being proactive and shifting and doing something different? Usually it's because you're trying to protect yourself. Let me rephrase that. Usually it's because we are trying to protect ourselves from something that has happened in the past or something that we imagine might happen to us. And so we have a tendency then to wait for proof, for a result, without changing who we are and what we're doing. So that's, of course, a question to you. We want to guarantee our safety, and yet the spiritual walk says something different. The spiritual maturity isn't pretending there's certainty. Instead, it's developing an inner stability, an inner power within us, and then the capacity to act from that truth while an outcome is still unfolding. There's a trust that needs to get developed, right? And so as we mature, we're more trusting about Spirit as our guide, Spirit as our knowing, Spirit as our truth. And then so we will act from that place versus something from the past, versus some kind of trauma. We tend to then engage more our intuition and have that as our guidance instead of acting on an impulse, acting on some past behavior. We're listening more and trusting that that divine guidance that is absolutely within us, we lean into it and then act from that place. And then we watch and observe, watch miracles happen, watch things come together. Because what's really happening is the whole universe is here supporting you, ready to support you in your growth, and you're moving beyond belief, if you will, to a bigger, greater, grander life and vision. So we want to listen to the intuition and then move on that and then observe what's happening. We want to move from this inner guidance instead of protecting our little selves or instead of acting from any fear. We want to move from that into there's a divine guidance, there's a divine intelligence and wisdom that is moving through me, and therefore I act when I hear, because I know, because it's not coming from an outside source, it is coming from within me. And that is a sweet spot. And that's where the inner stability comes in. And that's where we trust spirit, we trust God more than anything out here or any person out here. For example, because of the way I was raised with my mother, I feared her. I was afraid of her. So I would definitely do things to please her, to appease her. It was just part of how I did it. But of course, now there in the back of that is some resentment and stuff. I just like, the many times I just didn't want to be near her. So what do? I end up moving to Alaska. The real truth is that was the main reason I moved to Alaska, was to get away from my mother. Now, those of us who are in this teaching, or those of us who are spiritually mature to some degree, we all know that you can move from something physically, but that doesn't mean that the problem is solved. It doesn't mean there's even a healing in any way, shape, or form, because you're still carrying the energy of, the remembrance of, and the trauma of whatever that was still with you. So we know that physical moving from one place to another doesn't solve anything. So, and it didn't for me. Because when I went to call her to tell her about my accomplishments and stuff, there was still her response of the jabs, or what I perceived as unloving statements, what I perceived as I'm not good enough, on and on. So I still get off the phone irritated, agitated, or just depressed or whatever it was from talking to my mother. And then I got into our teachings, and really it started to dawn on me that what was really happening was that I was looking for her approval. Absolutely, I was. It is one of the reasons why I made the phone call, because I didn't really want to call her because of the trauma and stuff and all that. I didn't want to call her, but I would do it out of obligation. And then I would tell her the good things that I had done, or what was happening, or, it was on TV, or whatever it was. And I would be disappointed each time because she wasn't interested in that, or whatever that was, because she would say some cutting remarks. As I figured out that it was about me seeking her approval, it came to me that I didn't need her approval. What I needed, as I termed it at that time, what I needed was God's approval. That I needed to know from the source that I'm okay, I'm good enough. So as I matured into a spiritual walk and a spiritual life, I no longer needed her approval. And it's amazing to me that when that happened, what happened with her? Some of the jabs stopped coming because I would call and I wouldn't even tell her about my accomplishments. I didn't need to. I would tell her about her grandchildren. And so because I didn't need the approval anymore. You see, it cuts the tie, because now I had developed this inner stability of the only thing that is happening is I am living the life of the divine, and the divine is living as me. Who needs approval? All right, so consider when you're moving through life, what's actually happening? Are you moving from trauma, past trauma? Are you living from past trauma, so you're afraid to do this, or you won't believe because of this, whatever it is? Or have you moved into, there is that was within me that is the knower of knower, and it's within me, and divine intelligence, wisdom moves through me. So that is what gives you your inner stability. That is what gives you your inner knowing, your inner guidance, everything you need. All right, let's move on here. Oh, let's not move on. Actually, I'm sorry. Yes, do move on. So here, I'm asking you to experiment today. I'm asking you to pick one of these. So whatever it is, pick something in your life and ask, am I looking for approval? Am I looking for something to prove to me before I do anything? Or am I asking, reveal to me what's true? Because there's that within me that does know. I don't need somebody's approval to know that I'm okay. I don't need somebody's approval to know that I'm a child of the divine. I don't need somebody's approval to tell me right from wrong. Not as an adult. We make those decisions. And the true decision, the truth, is within us. So then, do some trust writing if you choose to, right? Notice when you follow your inner guidance and it leads to a greater aliveness. You feel completely different. Once I stopped looking for the approval and decided that no, I have that which in me which says right, wrong, yes, true, whatever, this inner guidance knowing, then the weight that I was carrying from trying to get her approval disappeared. It was done, right? So even if sometimes these things make you feel uncomfortable, begin to notice when you follow your inner guidance. And then at the end of the day, check it. Any decisions you made, did they come from wisdom or did they come from trauma or fear? That's my question to you, should you decide to take this up. All right. Our next point, the threshold of proof where action begins. So, the threshold of proof says many times that there is enough evidence or enough so-called proof that now I will actually move, right? But spirituality actually asks us to do something different. It asks us to go within ourselves and to know truth, to depend on spiritual principles so that we're acting from there, and it's not necessarily that we see tangible proof. There's an inner knowing, there's a true conviction that the spiritual principle is truth. And therefore, the proof will come, but I'm acting before it even shows up. Before it shows up. Yeah? I can remember, I can remember time raising my children, and I was a meditator, then. And I don't know, maybe I meditated 20 minutes, 30 minutes, I don't know. That was a long time ago. But I decided, you know what? What if I decided to meditate an hour instead of the 30 minutes? I wonder if anything's going to change. Well, I was on and off with it. And so I'm like, I'm not so sure this is going to work. I don't see any change. But here's real truth. What I wasn't recognizing was that something in the intangible was happening to me. It was happening to me. And I didn't see the so-called proof until actually I had put the work in. So I ask you, what is happening for you? Ernest Holmes puts it this way. He says, the law is not proved by our hopes. It's not proved by our wishing. It's not proved by I'm gonna. No. It's proved by our use of it. So we move into the truth of our spiritual practices changes our lives. We move into the use of it by using spiritual mind treatment to know that conditions change because of it. We can intellectually know about spiritual mind treatment. We can intellectually know about meditation. We can intellectually know about all sorts of things. But until we recognize how the universe works and then use it, we're just spitting words. We want to use the tools and allow the law to then move it into our life experience. It's not proved by hopes or just thinking, it's by our use of it. So with that, let's move on here. Experiment on this one. Choose one principle to live or go deeper in for 30 days. You can choose love, generosity, forgiveness, oneness, beauty, on and on, whatever spiritual principle you want to work with. But choose one, and then for 30 days, if you haven't really been using it consistently, go for that. Go for that. Or if you are using a spiritual practice and you want to do more love, because maybe that's something you're already doing, how can you go deeper? How can you go deeper in that and to do that for 30 days? And then at the end of each day, ask yourself, where did I embody the truth of this today? Even without evidence, right? Where are you living? We're here in this laboratory to experiment with different things. You may already have spiritual practices. I'm simply asking, change up for a bit, or add something, or go a little longer, whatever it is, and prove and actually do the work, and then observe. Come back and observe at the end of each day, where did I change? How did I change today based on that? Again, we are spiritual scientists in this laboratory this year. So we get to do something different. And just like a scientist, you mix it up, you put things together, and then step back and observe the results and watch and see what happens in your life. Oh, are we done already with that? Interesting. Okay, so the threshold of proof, where action begins. So here's what I want to say about this. The soul doesn't need proof of spirit. The soul already knows. The soul, who and what we really are, actually wants to live by principle. There is that in you that is, you are the spark of the divine. You are the one that spirit chooses to move through and be through uniquely as you, because no one else can do this but you. And the soul, that which is true about you, that which is in you and as you, understands and wants to live within the spiritual principle. Now, we've been taught all kinds of things. This is why we talk about peeling the layers off of an onion, right? We got to keep going and keep evolving so that our livingness is in congruence with and in alignment with the universal laws and the way that life really is. There's the thought of, we tend to think we know what reality is, but that's really not the truth. It is so much more. We're talking about the intangible, the ineffable of life itself. And it is in and as each and every one of us. So the question is, in our laboratory, are we going to experiment with even more spiritual principle? You're going to experiment with even more spiritual practice. Decide that you're going to meditate a little longer. Decide that you're going to love even deeper. And decide, whatever you do, please decide you're going to forgive even more, moment by moment by moment. We have an opportunity to live this way and to be this way and to act this way. Let's see here. Oh, yes. So the question, so it's not a question. I want us to notice, even in our spiritual practices, are we doing it out of devotion? Which means I am practicing my spiritual practice and I'm practicing living this particular way because it's true. Versus dependence. Oh, this one says, I am practicing only if it works within my own timeline. Only if I feel like it. I'm practicing when I feel like it. Many of us, some of us, we will pray because we need something. We pray, we have spiritual mind treatment. We'll go to a practitioner when we're in trouble. We will do things because, I'm too tired, so I'm not going to do it now. I'm not going to do it today. I can't tell you how many times that when it came to meditation and being consistent with meditation, how many times I went off and on. Well, most of it because I'm too tired, I don't feel like it. I'm in a hurry today. Oh, wait a minute, I'm going to be late for work. I can't be late for work, gotta go. Don't have time to meditate today. So this is something that I did with my students some while back, and I would do this at every class. I can't remember the exact class, but I would say, okay, when it comes to meditation, what are the reasons that you don't do it consistently? I mean, what's happening? And we'd list the reasons. Oh, I'm running late. Oh, I didn't wake up on time. I didn't, my children got in the way. I couldn't do it. On and on and I would list all of the reasons on the board. And then I would say, okay, so if you knew that your life would be saved if you did the spiritual practice every day, consistently, for a year, what would you do? What would happen? Would it be that, you go for it for 3 days and then you don't do it? What would happen? How deep would the commitment be to save your life if spiritual mind treatment and or meditation and or visioning, if it was a requirement for you to live the next day? Would you get it done? Would you get it done? And of course, what we recognize is whatever the reasons that we come up for not moving into our spiritual practices, they are excuses, and it's just not true. We would make time if our life depended on it. So in our laboratory of life this time around, let's pretend. Let's pretend that our life depends on us going deeper in our spiritual walk. Our life depends on us choosing to live spiritually more than just out here in the world. Let's pretend that in our laboratory, our whole community depends on us growing together. What would happen in CSL Dallas if we made a commitment that we're going to go deeper than ever? We're going to love more than ever. We're going to forgive more than ever. Who would we become? You see, our identity changes when we decide that we are living spirit more than anything else, more than the labels of mom, dad, uncle, aunt, co-worker, minister, whatever, all the labels. Our identity, as we will identify ourselves, as we continue to evolve spiritually, will be I am love. I am the child of the divine. I am all of the attributes of the divine. It is the only identity that I am, because that is the core of who we are. So let's do this. Let's wrap up with this one here. It says, let us begin as a community, helping each other. Let us begin with small experiments, whatever that is for you. Parking spots become available, whatever the experiments are for you. And let us choose to heal the part that needs guarantees. We don't need to see it first. No, we need to be it first, and then we'll see it. Yeah? So we don't need the guarantees. We know of this other life, this true life that is us. So we don't need the guarantees. And then let us mature into principle-based living, where our real proof, is in the life we embody. Let's choose to do it together. What do you say? Yeah, CSL Dallas as a community, we are here to grow, shift, change, embody this whole principle life living so that we can shift and choose to then shift Dallas, Texas, the United States, the world. Our world depends on us becoming our true selves. Let's do it. And so it is.
Let us now come together for our offering and read our affirmation together. As I begin this new year, I am free from all limitation. I manifest the good that I expect and the abundance that is mine by divine right. CSL Dallas is free from all limitation. Our community reflects and manifests the perfection, wholeness, and prosperity of the divine. We begin this year with joyful anticipation and overflowing gratitude. Remember to donate online by going to csldallas.org and clicking on the Donate tab in the right-hand corner. If you haven't yet become a member of CSL Dallas, we'd love to invite you to learn more and make it official by attending our Membership Matters workshop on February 8th. This free 2-hour workshop explores why membership is so meaningful at CSL Dallas. It provides an overview of who we are as an organization and explains how our community works. Even if you've been attending for a while and haven't yet participated, we warmly encourage you to join us. Membership offers valuable benefits, including discounts on classes, opportunities for leadership, and meaningful ways to contribute your time and talents in service to our community. As an added bonus, on February 22nd, we will be holding a beautiful new member ritual during our Sunday celebration. This ritual offers a powerful opportunity to affirm your commitment to the highest good in your life and within your spiritual community. So, learn more and register. Visit our website and click on the Events tab, and then select Courses and Workshops. And with all of that, we have upcoming our self-mastery class. Mastering oneself is an ongoing process. Applying spiritual principles and living from spiritual practices is a daily discipline. This course is designed to get you going or to restart your engagement in mastering yourself and your life. Through an active exploration of the creative nature of your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs, you will begin to gain mastery in the art of living as a conscious, intentional being. This course begins February 3rd, and you can register by going to our education section online. And so, as always, please join me and our music team. We thank you all for being in community with us today, and now we will close out our online celebration by listening to one of our music team's favorite songs to perform.